What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. Got some Saturday morning shenanigans to get into with you. We're going to be installing the scales and ball cage lock on my Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, we have some scales and we have, oh, the warranty card is over there. And we have the ball cage lock and ceramic ball that we're going to be installing on my Spyderco 2 Manix lightweight. You will need two set of bits. You'll need the T8 for the pivot, and then you'll need the T6 for everything else. And you will need to remove everything, being as this is a complete swap over. So this will be my first Manix 2 lightweight. This will be my second ever lightweight, and I'm not quite sure if everything is assembled exactly the same, but I do know this part needs to swap over. And I do recommend Weehaw bits, guys. You want a good set of bits before you do this type of disassembly. I'm not quite sure if it comes apart from the show side, so all of the screw heads are on this side and all the fasteners are on this side except for the shoulder pin here. So I am going to just check and see if it'll unscrew. Oops, that's the wrong bit there. You need the T10 here. I'm just going to try to unscrew it from this side and see if it comes apart from the show side, which it does look like it will. And I don't know if it's because it's coated or if they're using titanium hardware. Pardon me, let me grab a drink real quick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, now that I got that out, I'm going to finish using the T8 to remove the remaining pins here, or the heads, and hopefully, it will not be a major issue. They are thread locked for sure. Let's see here. Okay. No, it's just hanging on. Yeah, they got some thread locker on there. I might have to grab my cloth. Something's still tickling my throat. I apologize, because I was doing some disassemblies yesterday and oh, that one's much better. I actually gave myself a blister. I had to go downstairs after I finished recording and ice it off because it was burning because I had done so many of them. So let me just put these in order of the way that I took them out. I don't think it really matters, but you know, sometimes some bolts are longer than others. I believe the way this one's constructed is this backspacer and this scale, I think it's all one piece, which is why I wanted to attack it from this side. I probably should have mentioned that earlier. My apologies for that. Oh yeah, I can feel it on my blister. Okay, so I'm just gonna lay these down. Ooh, it's stuck in the fingernail. That's crazy. I can feel it. It's right here. And man, I'm trying my hardest. No, it's right here. Right here. You can kind of still see where it's a little bit more red. Not that that's what you tuned in for, right? All right, let's see if this scale will lift up. And I just want to make sure that nothing separates and shoots out. Ooh, that was close. So there is your scale. There is your ball cage and there's your washer. So let me just take these scales out and just see what sits where, just to make sure I am taking everything that I need and moving it over appropriately, because it looks like, and we'll hold that to the side, that is steel for sure, for sure, for sure. So it looks like this backspacer is going to sit in here, and the stop pin will come over here. The washers, it didn't come with washers, so I'm assuming these washers just move over with the stop pin that it sits on. All right, well, let's go ahead and start with removing the blade first. I'm going to cover the spring and slide it back. All right, so I think we are done with everything that we need from the factory scales. Took me a second there to figure out the construction. So since we're not reusing any of these, I'm going to go ahead and now we'll go ahead and move this over because it looks like this sits like so. But the way that it was constructed, I do think, let me move this to the side. I'm going to reinstall it the same way, kind of sandwiched together. I apologize. I probably should have had all this out ready to go. So let's go ahead and grab the aluminum ball cage, because with this one here, if you can tell, I installed the tritium. I do like the factory spring better than the lightweight spring. I think this is the lightweight spring. Let me just double check that. I think this is the lightweight spring. Yeah, this is the lightweight spring, so I don't want that. I don't need the break-in tool either, but I do want that ceramic ball. And what I'll do, there we go, is keep the tool and the lightweight spring separate. And then I will take the steel ball and plastic cage and just go ahead and store that here so that I can keep it all together and find it much easier later. Not that I plan to reassemble this, but you know, if for ever reason, odd reason in the future I wanted to sell this one, which I don't think that I will because I regret selling my other M4 gear, I have that available. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take the ceramic ball. We're going to install the ceramic ball into the housing of the ball cage. We'll take the spring, and then what we'll do is we will situate this all together like so. And then I will sandwich it, and then I'll work in the ball cage first, and then make sure that this is all seating correctly. And I can already feel it sliding like so. So once everything's kind of sandwiched like that, it sits pretty, sits pretty good. I don't think I have any issues or concerns. The spring, I'm just making sure it's sitting in there really nicely. And then what I'll do is just holding it with my finger, I'll take this T8 that came off the factory scale and reinstall or install it into the Applied Weapon Tech's scale. All right, so that is nice and snug now. And then what I'll do is I'll take this housing, that D-shaped housing there, and install this next. So it doesn't use all of the hardware, which is very interesting that they decided to go that route. But, I guess it could help reduce some weight and simplify the construction. So that is all that is needed for this part. And then you'll take your D-shaped pivot here in the back, and you'll install this as well. A little hard to see with that black. Everything's so dark. I am trying to bring it up here to help offset that a little bit, but I don't know how much I am able to do that. Oh, it is, there we go. I was going to say it's snug, but I think I was just angled. So I'm just going to set everything down as that falls out. Whoops. Oh, I twisted it. Hold on now. There we go. So let me just pinch it from the top so it doesn't come out. All right. This should be interesting because that pivot didn't want to come out. Oh, there it goes. I don't know why it didn't want to come out earlier. The blade, it didn't seem like it wanted to come off the blade. So, man, there we go. It is a snug fit, 100%, guys. All right, let me see, because I think that back Chicago screw, this one in the spine, that one's probably going to be a little bit of a challenge for me getting this put back together. So let me just, while I'm here, clean everything off on the blade. Make sure that I am good to go. Oops. Let me see if I can finesse this. You can see how polished it is on the back. I mean, these are just so well constructed. All right, I'm gonna pinch this. Try to keep that in place. Try to, where's the D? There it is. Drop that in. Man, it's tough when you got hands this big, guys. The washers, guys. The washers. I just threw this in there. If I skipped ahead, which I think I'm going to just to save some time from the mistake, I went to put that pivot in and forgot to put the washer on. I don't know what I was thinking. What were you thinking, bossy? What were you thinking? All right, let's clean that one up. And then we will just add a nice layer of lube on both sides of this. And now we can install this. Which sucked because it took a second to get that installed. Whoops. It took me a second to get that to sit how I wanted it seated. All right, hold on. Let's try getting you there. And then let's try lining you up. Okay, now let's try that. The tolerances are so tight. Come on, don't be like that. There we go. She does not want to make it easy. That is for sure, for sure. Okay. All right, let's do this first. Since both of those have fallen out, let's put the blade on. Oh, just kidding. Okay. Now we can put the blade on. Ooh-wee. That is tight, tight, tight. That is ridiculously tight, guys. That is a snug old fit for sure. So I know this is not going to be the time edited because I'll cut and save, but we're already 20 minutes into this install. This is going to be a long one for me, but edited, it'll be nice and easy for you guys. So it'll save you a little bit of the pain and anguish from having to watch me struggle through this. All right, washers down. And let's go ahead and install the pocket clip housing. If you are switching this left-handed, do this last. Do this one last. There we go. And just do this top one first. It is, oh, I'm upside down. I am upside down. All right. Trying to get a little meat on it to keep it from falling out, but we should be done here. And now we can work it over that ball cage lock. Let's go ahead and pull it back. I hope it's not too tight on the construction. Let's see here. I'm trying to get it to seat. So we'll adjust everything there. So that's the T10. Both of those fell out. Y'all are awesome. You see that? They both fell out. Oh, I think I used the T8 on the pivot. Whoopsie. I should have been using the T10. All right, that's done. Let's go ahead and do the back spacer first, or the clamshell first. We'll install that. The construction on this is really nice. I must say, it's really, really well done. All right, that feels good. And do the pocket clip last. Not doing this backwards, because the pocket clip goes on the other side. I'm glad it did fall out. Totally had it on the wrong side, guys. Totally. Alright, I might order a deep carry clip later for this one, but for now I'm just going to rock it as is. Okay, that is everything installed. Something is tight. I'm hoping that it is the pivot and not the ball cage. All right, we're good. We are good. We are good to go. It's just a super tight fit, guys. All right, let's see if we can snug it down any and keep the action. Okay, so I just need to adjust it like a typical Spyderco. These scales are amazing. Trying to break the lube in. Woo! Okay, guys, apparently it cut off on the face part of the recording, so I'll have to figure out where it ended up cutting off. I do apologize for that. It says it was like around 32 minutes, so it was where I was almost done anyway. But I've got it pretty closely dialed in here to where it has like minimal play. It is favoring the pocket clip side on mine. And I could continue to play with it, but at this point I'm just going to leave it as is. It is a pretty straightforward disassembly. I'll do my best to kind of edit to all the important points to keep the video time down just a little bit, guys. So I do apologize for that, but I'm pretty happy with the way that it came out. You know, no complaints at all. The fitment and everything is awesome. The Flytanium scale, ball cage fits nicely in there. And actually, I'm just going to keep these separate. But everything, you know, went together nicely. The WeHa bits came in crucial, getting the disassembly done for me. And the leftover parts that you have will be these support frames here that help strengthen the plastic scales. And you'll have the second back piece here that is going to be extra as well. So just in case, you know, you're wondering about leftover parts, that's what's going to be left over, and then everything assembled here, you can see a little bit more minimal screw construction. This definitely for tuning your pivot. You can find that balance, you just got to take your time and make small movements. I wanted to thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. That really helps the algorithm. If you enjoyed it, go down there and leave a like, subscribe, make sure that you have that notification bell turned on. Thank you to everyone for supporting the channel, watching the video, and special thanks to my channel members. I appreciate that extra support from you guys. I love you. Hope you all have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.